And welcome to the MrMaple Show. Y'all, we're bringing you a walkthrough of one of our greenhouses. There's maples, there's hydrangeas, there's a little bit of everything in this house. So we got a fun house to talk about. And I'm telling you, you want to wait and watch all these cool trees because we're going to highlight some of our favorite selections as we're walking through this greenhouse.
This is a pretty flashy greenhouse. We got a little bit more than maple, so I always love to see that. I mean, just some crazy, interesting plants all the way throughout this house. And guys, the maples in here are pretty dang flashy as well. So
guys, we're MrMaple.com, a family mail order business. We ship directly to your door. We do over 1,000 varieties of Japanese maples, conifers, and lots of other cool plants as well. Check those things out. We're gonna highlight some of those cool items today. Guys, when it comes to Japanese maples, that's what we love. And we love sharing that with you through here on our MrMaple Show. We do it through Cultivar highlights, greenhouse walkthroughs, garden walkthroughs, how to grow Japanese maples, and our weekly releases. So if you like that type of content, make sure you're subscribed here on the MrMaple Show. Guys, let's get into showing you some of the cool trees in this greenhouse. I'm gonna start off with this giant, this XL 1 gallon of Kihachi Joe. I mean, this is such a beautiful tree.
yeah, whenever I think about Kihachi Joe, my first thing goes to fall color, but I think about fall color pairings with this. Now this is more like a yellow orangish color in the fall. I would love to see an Osakazuki planted right next to it. You're gonna get the play between the yellows and the deep reds, and you know, they're gonna look kind of similar. You know, the leaf shape is a little bit different throughout the regular time of the year, but then during fall time, it's gonna look electric.
Now the Washington Park Arboretum, the botanical garden there, the Japanese gardens at the Washington Park Arboretum, they did that exactly. They put Kihachi Joe right beside of Osakazuki. I mean, it's such a beautiful tree out in the landscape, great fall color. That green gives you a lively feel out there in the landscape. So spring and summer, you get a lively feel, and then when fall color hits, boom, this thing is on. Such a beautiful tree and some great sized 1 gallons. It might be coming to a 10 at 10 sometime soon.
Yeah, I mean, something that is maybe more attuned to that kind of regular Japanese gardening style where, you know, you don't have much flash until fall time comes in and everything gets plugged in, man.
Talk about flash. I just was walking by this Hydrangea Show. This is a Hydrangea Paniculada that's got variegation.
Yeah, I love these, man. I mean, talk about, you know, you're gonna get some awesome blooms, you're gonna get some awesome foliage. I mean, the foliage is a flower, but then hey, guess what? We still got flowers on this thing, guys.
I mean, this thing is a rock star. You got all these different colors, you got some nice white panicle blooms, and the Hydrangea Paniculada, they can handle the Midwest where it's more lime-based instead of acidic-based soils. These things will still thrive and do well in those conditions as well as the acidic soils. Beautiful. It basically looks like it's blooming year round because you got that foliage interest. That's the thing that I love, is foliar interest.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about the foliage, baby. All right, Tim, lead the way, man. What else do we got here?
Looks like we got a Nebula.
Oh my goodness, guys. Talk about some cosmic energy going on here. We got Nebula, kind of named after, I guess, how that galactic entity kind of looks. You know, I know Tim and Matt always kind of talk about the play between the inside eye of this tree and how the color changes as it gets closer to the margin of the leaf, and you can definitely see that at play. I know Brian Rule out there, he might comment about how it has kind of that alien skin going on too. So that just kind of plays into that space theme a little bit.
I mean, I love how the green veins on this reticulated Japanese maple are so prominent that not only you see like the main veins, but you see like the almost like sub veins on it. It's very well defined. It's very beautiful. And this is one of the ones that's ever changing. When it first leaves out, you can get some pink colors in there with green veins, then cream. I mean, it's always changed. It's got a good upright form, good red fall color. Nebula, a spectacular newer introduction by Talon Buchholz. Love this tree.
That one looks great during the fall. It's always one that catches my eye, and I have to pick it up and be like, oh, this is Nebula, man. That's awesome. And we got some red buds in bloom right here. Some nice hybrids. And
this is also one of our camellia houses. So there's tons and tons of camellias. We got a sea of golden falls coming up on the right. And it's right past spring interest. So we just saw some of that orange red on there. And right after those are some yellow cascade. So side by side, you can see that the yellow cascade's got more of that butter yellow color.
Yeah, the buttery yellow is nice. I think I love that golden falls during the springtime so much. And hey, what do you got here, Tim?
Guys, I got Clethora barbonervis Takeda Nishiki, found by Mr. Takeda-san as just this variegated sport growing wild in Japan. He was hiking, spotted this thing, and then said, man, this thing's cool, needs to be propagated.
Yeah, I think I love, like, you know, we talked about that hydrangea back there, the paniculated one, but then you look at this and they're similar, but there's so much differences in the variegation, and I think that's just what's so awesome is, like, completely different species, completely different variegation, but they kind of share that similar vein to each other, and I think that's what I just love about plants so much, man.
You know, Clethora naturally have these like sort of string-like blossoms of white blossoms that are really beautiful, almost individually look like bell-shaped, but they're clustered together. And this has that as well, but also has the variegation. And as these things mature, you get that amazing bark.
Definitely, yeah, that nice like kind of red twiggy bark going on, and just the color contrast between the variegation and the stems is very nice as well. Oh man, oh yeah, this is one we got to talk about. You know, this kind of looks a little similar to some of the maples we grow, but this is a dogwood, guys.
Yeah.
Got a nice curly leaf dogwood, that blood twig dogwood, and this one is called compressa.
Yeah, Cornus sanguina compressa is tall and narrow. So think of it as having a leaf like a dogwood, but almost like Shishigashira.
Definitely.
But it stays tall and narrow, so it adds that vertical interest. Sometimes you can propagate these by runners that come off of them later, but just has that vertical interest out in the landscape, very dense and tight. Y'all, when I saw this tree the very first time, it was in Charlottesville, Virginia. This lady, she's a painter, and she builds her garden with portraits, with plants. And she used this as such an amazing way to add that vertical interest. I fell in love with this and said, man, we got to be producing this at Mr. Maple. We started producing at Mr. Maple, and that's how I did it. Is we saw this tree in a garden, and then I said, man, I love that tree. It's got to be in production. And we were only Japanese maples at the time, so that was almost heresy. But here we are offering this amazing, beautiful tree that adds that nice vertical interest, that sort of Shishigashira-like look on a blood-twig dogwood.
Yeah, man, I think I would definitely put this near something like, I would love to have just a garden of these funky looking trees, you know, General Pulaski, Rezek, Shishigashira, you know, Kuranajishi, and then put this compressa in there and just see how all of them look so similar, but they're all so different at the same time. It would look awesome.
Man, I'm seeing some amber ghost.
Whew, amber ghost, man, that's one that'll always have my heart, man. It was actually one of the first plants I ever got, and it was from my homie Brian Rule, man. He had an extra one floating around in his garden, and it was definitely, obviously, my first introduction to the Ghost series. You know, some might say it's the best introduction. I might agree with that, but you know, there's also some new dogs in town with that Ghost series that might give it a run for its money. But the color on this is unlike any other Ghost, I'll say.
I like it because it's got a good, strong upright form. It's extremely heat tolerant, so it's durable out in the landscape and garden. Gives you some of those nice amber hues when it first leaves out. And then it's just got very prominent veining. It's very distinctive, very beautiful. But the fall color makes it one of the best fall color Japanese maples and one of the best fall color Ghosts with some bright orange reds. Really beautiful all the way around.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things to do with this one is to play with it in different locations. I put it in full sun and it kind of picks up on those reds, almost looks something like similar to Purple Ghost. Then I put it in heavy shade and it gets almost like a first Ghost. Then you put it in that happy spot, man, and it gives you that amber color that everybody loves it for. And it's just an amazing plant.
Man, we're seeing the starfish. They call it a starfish because it looks like a starfish. Peve starfish, selection by Piet Vergelt. That's where Peve comes from, is short Piet and Vergelt. Peve. The leaves cup downward. When they first leaf out, they may be a little bit flatter, but as you can see here, we're here in early April when we're shooting this, and it's already cupped down with an extreme fashion.
Yeah, this is just like so interesting to me. It makes me think, what's going on in the cellular structure of this plant, like what makes it, the veins of the leaf makes it curl up like that. And I mean, one of the greatest fall colors you can see, one of the greatest foliage interest, a really nice shape on it as well. That's really nice and uniform. And I mean, it's a killer plant all around.
Beautiful, mid-sized, small to mid-sized tree, 6 to 8 foot in 10 years. It's got some killer, just bright red fall color as well. And you see this in fall color, it is beautiful, especially with that unique texture it provides in the garden.
Might look a little bit like Patrick Starter in that fall time color. Maybe a little less pink, but still so amazing. Guys, one of my most favorite plants there is right here. We got the Village of 1,000 Leaves. Man, you know, Sato, Acer palmatum. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, what can't be said about this plant? I mean, honestly.
This is such a striking tree. It's extremely beautiful. Right now we're seeing that early spring color where you get that red, that maroon brick red kind of color, but with that yellow-green color coming throughout it. Moves like a chartreuse that hints of it. And that spring color is hard to beat. It's one of the most amazing spring colors on any Japanese maple, and every leaf is variegated differently. So if you look at each and every leaf, they're all different in how that variegation lays on the tree itself. Such a beautiful tree, a rock star. And after this, you get that green on lime green kind of look. I mean, it just keeps changing. It's always beautiful.
Yeah, I think, like we talk about the variegation, but every leaf is shaped differently. You know, some might twist to the left or twist to the right, or maybe the lobe is a little, you know, different on the actual tree. But I think I love this tree during the fall time too. I mean, I know you did a cultivar highlight at Buckholtz, and it's just kind of that yellow oranges mixed with that variegation, and it kind of just looks like a nice mounding fire out there, and it was amazing.
I mean, that is such a fun time to see this tree as that fall time frame. Guys, that's been our walkthrough here of this greenhouse. If you like this type of content, make sure you're subscribed here on the MrMaple Show. We love talking about Japanese maples. Anytime we get an excuse to do it, we do it, and that's every day. So make sure you're subscribed. We're going to be showing cultivar highlights, walkthroughs, garden walkthroughs, and how to grow Japanese maples, and our weekly releases on MrMaple. That means if you really like this type of content and you're in the continental United States where we can ship to you, make sure you support us by shopping with us on MrMaple.com.
Guys, yeah, there's so many other trees we didn't talk about in here. You have to check the website out to look at those. But thanks for watching. Remember to take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.